Hello everyone, welcome to Economics Juncture. Today we'll see Laspeyres method for calculating index number. Right, so Etienne Laspeyres was a German economist who gave this in 1871. Now this method, if I talk about its price index, so it was an weighted aggregated index. So what do I mean by it? That weights were assigned to different items, and instead of finding simple aggregate of prices, the weighted aggregates of prices are obtained in this method. Now, in this case, uh, he took quantity of the base year Q0 as the uh, weight, right? So this is the formula which he used, in which P1 is the price of current year, right? Uh, P0 is the base year price, and Q0 is the quantity uh, in base year, right? Now, what does it explain? So it explains that if the expenditure in the base year on a given basket of commodities were rupees 100, then how much expenditure we need to incur to get the same commodity basket, right? So we'll now see what were the steps involved in that. So it's very simple. So we have to multiply the current year price by the base year quantity and add all of them to obtain the summation of price and base year quantity. And similarly we have to do it with the base year prices and the base year quantity, and add all this to obtain the summation P0 Q0, right? And then we have to divide it, the summation of P1 Q0 by summation of P0 Q0, and then multiply the quotient by 100 so as to get the index number of current year, right? I will see one problem and we'll try to solve it. So we have to calculate the index number in here, right, by this method only, right? So we have given this four commodities and this price in rupee, which is price of base year. This is quantity uh, of base year. This is price of current year, right? And we don't need that for calculating this, right? So we'll try and calculate it. So construction of price index number. So we have four commodities, uh, A, B, C, and D. We have given this price of base year, which is 20, 50, 40, and 20. So it is 20, 50, 40, and 20. And we have this quantity of base year, which is 8, 10, 15, and 20. And this is 8, 10, 15, and 20. And we have price of current year, so which is 40, 60, 50, and 20, which is 40, 60, 50, and 20, right? So we'll multiply this P0 Q0, and also we'll multiply this P1 Q0, right? So if we multiply P0 Q0, we'll get 160, 500, 600, and 400. If we multiply P1, which is the current year price, and the quantity of base year, we'll get 320, 600, 750, and 400, right? So this is the table. This is our table which we have calculated. Now, if I do this summation of P0 Q0, we'll get 6 here, 10, 16. 1660 would be our sigma P0 Q0, and our sigma P1 Q0 would be 2070. Right. Now, we know that the formula is summation P1 Q0 upon summation P0 Q0 into 100, which would give us 2070 upon 1660 into 100. We can eliminate this 0. If I divide it by 2, I'll get 83, and I'll get 1035. Now if you have calculator, you can calculate it directly. We'll divide it. So we had 83 and 21035 will get, it's a simple division. You can skip this part if you have calculator, right? So we'll get 390, and 4 times we'll get 332, which would leave us with 58. Now we'll get 6 times A, 498, which would leave us with 820, and then we'll get it in 9 times, right? So it would be 12.469. So what we have got here is 12.469 into 10. So our index number is 124.69, and this is our answer. This is what we'll get as our answer, right? 124.69. Okay. Now we'll see what are the advantage of this method. So this was very easy to calculate. Now the quantity of future year do not need to be calculated, and it's a good parameter while framing policies to control inflation, right? And of course there are certain disadvantages because it doesn't take the quantity of current years, and which would lead to ignoring the new entrant in the market completely, right? Also it ignores the quantity for future year, which can be misleading. So for example, if you have this a new substitute good has come up in the market in place of old one, so that become problematic, right? So we'll stop here today then. Thank you all. Hope you like our video.